Hey, my name is Shishir Choudhary and I lead the GCC business at YASH Technologies. YASH Technologies is a mid-sized system integration company and we are globally spread out, headquartered in Chicago. So I think I wouldn't call the GCC as an industry, I typically call it an ecosystem. Because see, what has happened in the past, I think if you really look at the overall IT industry, the way it evolved in India, last 30 plus years, the majority of the work was brought into India by the system integration companies, and there was a fierce fight among themselves. Of course, they are competitors, right? But that's no longer true now. The GCCs are truly the collaborators, unless the GCCs are from the parent company who are competing with each other, right? But otherwise, GCCs are more of a collaboration. And then, as a part, if you really look at the overall ecosystem, that's what I'm calling ecosystem, not the industry, is there are multiple different bodies who are contributing to it. If you take up just this morning, we have got the government participation for creating the policies which are really helpful for this ecosystem. So I was talking to Sridhar Babu and then later with Jayesh, we were talking about the tier 2 and tier 3 cities and how do industry and the government bodies can collaborate with each other to create and foster innovation in this ecosystem. There are educational institutions who are a little bit behind, when it comes to really figuring out, hey, what do I teach my engineers, for example, my future engineer? There are the companies who are providing the infrastructure, the JLLs of the world and the CBREs of the world, and then there are also bodies which are more focused on providing very, very niche services, whether it is associated with the taxes, whether it is associated with the regulatory frameworks and such. So I call this more of an ecosystem, and as the days progress, I would say the ecosystem is getting more and more strong. And when you call it ecosystem, not the industry, you remove the competition and you kind of look at the overall betterment of everybody, and that's where the innovation gets fostered. Yeah, that's basically where I will start selling now, but no. I think the vendors like YASH Technologies, and I'm pretty sure we are not unique, there are other companies also, right? I think what we are trying to bring in here is a catalyst, if I could say, in that ecosystem what I just mentioned, right? So we are trying to bring all these parties together. Now, as a part of that, where exactly is, where is our money coming from, right? I mean, of course, we are doing business, everybody is doing business, so everybody will look for what's in it for me, right? In my opinion, by this contribution and by really fostering innovation within the GCC ecosystem, we are actually increasing the pie. I don't think we are competing for the specific pie, right? And I think where the GCCs can take a lot of help from the vendors is in bringing that innovation. Not everything is pre-cooked within the GCCs. There are so many different things which are going through various different transformations. So bringing the right vendor in, getting that help is extremely important. It can be in the scale up, it can be in the GCC setup, it can be in the overall optimization services. So there are various different ways in which the vendors can participate and help GCC ecosystem grow. So from that point of view, I mean, especially YASH Technologies, we have branded our overall GCC services under the umbrella called GCC Value Journey. And what does that mean is right from the pre-GCC setup, that's where you start to figure out whether it is even feasible for me. You start to create the business case for your GCCs. That's where we provide the advisory services. Once we get into the GCC setup aspect of it, we provide the shared GCC as well as the setup services. We provide the scale-up services, and then finally the optimization under our maturity model for the GCCs. Those are the, at a high level, what the industry can do, I mean the IT industry can do within the GCC ecosystem, and where YASH can play the role.